Tell me you're excited without telling me you're excited. I'll go first. I have the October Sketchbox, and I am so excited. Yes, I'm sure you can hear that I am still a bit under the weather, but I am getting better. But yes, October Sketchbox is here. Cannot wait to get into it. They did give us a little teaser email, as they usually do, letting us know about just a couple of the items that are coming. And I will start with those and tell you what they had to say about them, but, there's a lot more surprises in here than what they teased in their email, and I'm looking forward to all of it. So for me, Sketchbox does not disappoint. So, alrighty, alrighty. Hmm. I'm saying, because they they teased about, um, like, well, kind of 3 things because these are kind of like one I don't know. And they said, "Oh, there's a lot more besides that," but there's really not. They pretty much teased the entire box, so I don't know how I feel about that. Let me explain. So, what do we have here? Um, okay. So these are all speedball calligraphy inks, and they mentioned these. I don't know if they were talking about all 4 of them, but they were saying in the email that, these were made specifically, like Sketchbox gave specific specifications, um, for I guess, like, certain colors or whatever, and so these were made, uniquely for or exclusively for Sketchbox. So, like, I knew about these. I don't remember if the email showed all 4, but, like, still, these were already teased. The other thing teased was this quill brush, which I do have a quill brush from one of their other boxes, and, it's one of my favorite brushes. Holds a lot of water, comes to a nice point. Happy to have one, or happy to have another one. I'm not sure if this is the same size as my other one, but either way, happy to have it. But they did tease this in the email, and then they also tease this Arnhem, um, Sketchbox sketchbook, which is made with 100% cotton watercolor paper, and they claim that it is, um, like, the best sketchbook that they've set in a box so far. So I'm super excited about this, but the thing is, they were like, "Oh, and there's" the email was like, "Oh, and there's a lot more stuff because we don't wanna give away all the surprises." Well, the only other stuff in my box is, the expected pamphlet, the expected sticker. I mean, I didn't know what it would look like, but and then this. This is the only other thing in the box that they didn't talk about in the email. So, uh, I'm kind of I just said Sketchbox doesn't disappoint, and, by quality of the items and the items that I have, I'm not disappointed, but I am disappointed that their email teased basically everything in the box. Like, honestly, I don't really like getting anything teased. I don't always mean to see those emails, but once I do, I'm like, "Oh, it's okay. They're not gonna show me everything." And, again, even their email said, "Oh, and there's so much more." No, there's this. There's this much more. This is the only thing, that they didn't mention in the email, and it is a Sketchbox signature ink brush. So I really wish they didn't spoil the surprise of everything coming in the box pretty much. Um, I don't know why they do that, but I love this stuff, and I'm really happy that they went with an ink theme because we're coming into October, and I am definitely, one who likes participating in Inktober. Um, if you don't know about Inktober, I'm actually posting a video on it on the 1st, where I'll talk about it, and I'm gonna make the first day's prompt. I'm gonna make art for the first day's prompt. But Inktober was created by an artist, to encourage artists to make art without pressure, basically. And again, I'll talk about it more in my video on the 1st, but I'm glad this is ink themed, and I will incorporate some of this into my upcoming plans. I do plan on doing Inktober stuff all throughout the month of October. I'm gonna open up this. I still can't believe they told me like basically everything that was gonna be in this box. Um, okay. This is this is nice size. 60 sheets. Okay. 60 sheets. Okay, Arnhem 1618. Again, this is 100% cotton, 60 pages, 245 GSM, and oh, interesting. So these pages are actually, I don't know how well you can see, but they are looking pretty smooth. Now, the email about these mentioned tooth. I don't remember if it said like the right amount of tooth or what it said, but um, hmm, I'll have to see what this is like when I actually. We'll make something today. I'll use a piece of this and see. Let's see what kind of tooth it has, and also I don't want to blow past this. This is a beautiful piece of art. I love this kind of loose, but um, I wanted to use the word simple, but that's not quite the right word. Um, simple by comparison of like something hyper detailed, which I like that kind of simplicity because it's beautiful, um, absolutely beautiful. I love loose style art. This is really nice. And who? Let's see. Okay, looks like this artist's name is Lana. All right, I'm gonna try Gloshat, Gloschat. Um, and her website is her first name, her last name, art.com. Lana, again, I don't know if that's glowshatart.com. Um, and she has a step-by-step instructional video for this drawing on her YouTube channel. So this is really beautiful, Lana, or Lana. I apologize if I'm not saying your name correctly, but yeah, your art's beautiful. And then here, the monthly contest winner. This is from at Gold Grams. It was made with the August Sketchbox. This looks like The Persistence of Memory, which is one of my favorite paintings, or one of my favorite, oh my gosh, surreal paintings with the like melting, bending clocks. So very nice. That's very nice. This is very nice. This is all very nice. Let's take a look at these speedball paints. Because I didn't bring my reading glasses down here. Why would I do that? So, Carmine Red. Oh, I can still see it though. Mm, that's even smaller, but I'll look at these again when I'm ready to start whatever I'm gonna make. I'll figure that out. Okay, get my glasses, we'll make something, and we'll double check what all these colors are. Okay, I got some water, I got my reading glasses. So now let's see these names. Okay, that was Carmine Red. This one is Black Pearl, Cool Gray, and Metallic White. Hmm, hmm, hmm. And then this one, I believe, is water soluble. So I'm going to just take a little piece of tape to hold this down. So when I put some water on here, as I'm assuming I will, it won't all go flying that way. A little bit like that. All right. Just thinking what I want to do here. Oh, that's shimmery. Okay, let me start sketching out an idea. I'm thinking maybe a tin. And then make some loose flowers. I'm gonna see how much this will flow with some water. Okay, just getting the ink to come down. And all I did was took out this ring and then I reclosed this. And now this should be, there we go, ink coming out. Let's just get it. All right. I'm having a crazy, let's see. All right, we're gonna see how much water this paper can handle. Okay, I just went ahead and grabbed my heat tool to let that dry a little bit. And I'm actually going to work on this can next. I figure maybe I'll use a little bit of these for that. I know these are calligraphy inks, but I'm not doing any writing, so. um, and also I want to do some details on my fake flowers. So I think this might be good for that. It's very, very shimmery, glittery. That's pretty neat. And let me start with, just want to add some like dings and spots to this can, right? Just some stuff, some scuffs, maybe. Okay. And now before I add any detail to these pretty much imaginary flowers, I want to add a little tint of color, and I'm thinking maybe some hydrous would be good. Um, hmm, it's an interesting color. Let me see. Should I keep it like a cool color, like a blue, or should I go ahead and go with this? Quinacridone violet? And this? Blue aqua? Well, okay, I think I might. Let me see. I actually have, don't mind. I've, I have an obsession with ceramic palettes, but I also like will often leave paint in there when it's water soluble so I can reuse it. Obviously, at a certain point, I will clean it out, but I like to be able to reuse. So we're just going to do a little bit dusty. Just going to do tiniest dot. And this is Dr. P.H. Martin's Hydrus. It's fine art watercolor. It is light, fast liquid watercolor. So pretty. Okay. Okay. Just adding a lot of water. I really want to well, I do want to dilute this quite a bit, so. Okay. Then on the two smaller ones, I think I'll do, ooh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this here, and then I'm going to try mixing them for the other side, see how they look mixed. And I'm not exactly following the lines inside or out. All right, let's see how these look mixed. I don't remember. Oh, it's pretty. It's pretty. Okay, gonna pull up some excess water. I'd say this paper is holding up to the water pretty well because I've added quite a bit, and there's very little of any buckling. Like I know it's tape, but still, like over here, there's very little bending there, buckling from all the water. So I'd say that's pretty good. Okay, let those start to dry, and I'm gonna try this one, the cool gray, make that like the main color for my little tin here. This one's very pretty, not shimmery like the black from what I can tell. Um, and I just want to come in and add a little bit more to this kind of ridge area. Made a little like ridged mid bit for this. Well, this is ink, so I like to keep things a bit loose. I mean, I generally like loose style painting anyway, but particularly working with ink, I think that's one of the places that ink shines is when you can get loose with it and, a little sketchy if you're sketching something out. Oh, hold on. I'm making a mess now. It's okay. You know what? The light's going to be coming from here. That's going to be a shadow. And I don't know what's up with this. I like opened this and there was blue. I'm sure I touched something and I did it, but I don't know what I did. All right. So since this is doing this to me, I'm going to just put a shadow on the wall. Now it's a wall with a shadow. You don't let mistakes cripple your art. Um, Mistakes are where we learn, but also sometimes some of the best things you make are because you made a mistake or what you perceived as a mistake and then you ran with it. But even at that rate, even if your mistake is like really bad, just go with it. Finish what you're working on. There's always something to gain from it. Okay. So let me try this. I want to see if this will be transparent at all or if it's going to cover up the black that I put down to be like wear and tear on the tin. So let's see. Will this let that show through? Yeah, yeah, it looks like it is. Oh, that's great. That's great. Okay. I think I'm just gonna come in. There's a lot of options for ink. I think I'm just gonna go simple with this double-ended Sharpie. Um, Again, I'm doing these kind of fake flowers, and what's nice about fake flowers is who's gonna tell me I made them wrong? I made them up. So yeah, I'm just gonna start. I think I'm gonna. See, the Sharpie has like a not quite a brush tip, but and then this little point here. Sorry. So I don't know. I'm just gonna start making lines in these flowers. I think we're good there. I think we're good there, and I definitely think that I can confirm that this paper holds up very well. Now, my tape did rip it a little bit, which I don't usually have that problem with this tape, but I put a lot of water on this paper, and now we did have some bleed through with my Sharpie, but Sharpies are often guilty of doing that, but nothing else really bled through except for the Sharpie in some spots. It certainly held up to the water. There's barely any buckling at all. And I actually don't usually work with Sharpie. Um, for one thing, if I'm making something that I'm selling, Sharpie's not light fast, so I'm not going to use it. But I have it on hand because it's a Sharpie, right? So I'm going to say that this is a very good sketch pad, and these are very good products. Again, the spoiler on this box, I'll never understand, but I love everything I get from Sketchbox, so it's all good. And I will see you in the next video, which my next full video should be the October 1st, beginning of Inktober video. So I'll see you then. Bye.